What's going on, everybody? My name is Michael Weer, and today we are talking about everything, everywhere, all at once. I was not going to see this. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I saw the previews for this. It's an A24 film. Just didn't look good. Critics have been hyping it up, though, and it's the only thing to see this weekend. We saw Sonic, Morbius, and whatever the other... Ambulance. That was it. Saw all of those last weekend, and so Everything Everywhere All at Once is the only new movie playing that I haven't seen. And next weekend is full. We got The North, and we've got The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. I'm very excited about those, but we're here to see Everything Everywhere All at Once. I hope it's good. I don't really know much about it. Just saw the preview once and thought it was weird, so let's do the review. All right, guys, so remember how a couple of weeks ago this happened in the Batman review? Talking about the chain link fence. I don't know why they have a chain link fence up. In fact, they got two. I don't know what's going on in this parking lot. Maybe they're finally making changes to the AMC. Guys, we're talking about the Batman. Okay, so you've seen that. Now we come here and they have put in electric car ports, so you can park your electric car here. It's electric car friendly. But here's the thing. There's so many potholes in this parking lot. There's like 100, right? Yeah. So they put in all these electric car ports for what? They didn't fill all the potholes. Okay, whatever. We're here to see a movie.
Don't let anything distract you from it.
All right, everybody. So Everything Everywhere All at Once. Why am I doing this in my basement, and why am I not doing it right after the theater? Well, a few reasons. First of all, I still live in the Midwest, and it was 20 degrees when I got out yesterday. It's the middle of April, and it's 20 degrees when I got out of the theater. I don't know what's going on. But I did it for another reason too, and the other reason was so I could come home and I could think about this movie, I could sleep on this movie, and the next morning, which is now, I could talk about this movie because I wasn't sure how to feel about this movie coming out of it. It's weird, and I didn't want to just hate on it because it's weird, because all A24 films are kind of weird. Like, I hated on The Green Knight and put my review and my thoughts out on YouTube, and that's out there in the universe now. And now I actually really like that movie, but you can't take that first review back, and I don't feel like it's right to just delete the review and change your mind. So I have changed my mind on the movie of The Green Knight, so I didn't want to just put out all the negatives. There are negatives in this movie, but there were some things I liked, and I just couldn't pinpoint them until just a little while ago. I was thinking about this movie, and I was like, okay, I think I know what I liked the most about this movie. Before we get into likes and dislikes, I got to tell you a little bit about this movie, and it's hard to explain this movie, so I'll just say it's a multiverse concept movie revolving around one family, whether it's the wife and her husband, the wife and her daughter, the wife and her dad, or a combination of all of them together. And then there's a Ratatouille reference, but raccoon, and it's Ratatouille. It's weird, but that's this movie. And that's the only synopsis I can give you for this movie. If you watch the trailer, that's the only synopsis you'll get out of this movie as well. So that's the best I can do. But as far as likes and dislikes go, the thing I like or even love about this movie is I love that the family aspect. I love the story. There's like a love story in there, but it's not just between a man and a woman. It's through the whole family dynamic. It's like a family that's been broken in every universe, and somehow in every universe they have to heal that. And I really like that. That spoke to me. I don't know. It felt, it was a great message. So I loved that about this movie. For likes, there are some really funny moments in this movie, and there are some excellent action scenes throughout this movie that are just ridiculous. I mean, some of them are super weird, because again, weird A24 film, but some of them were super weird, some of them were super cool, and some were just funny. For dislikes, though, this movie goes too far into the weird. Like, I know it's a movie about multiple universes that anything can happen, but like, for instance, there's a universe of hot dog hands. Not needed. And then there's a universe of rocks that just talk to each other. Like, there's a universe of rocks that can't make any noise, but like, you see the subtitles. And at first it's a good gag, like you laugh, but then A24 is like, what if we do this joke 10 more times? And then we drag it out too long each time. And they do. And there's just segments of the movie where this theater was just silent and these rocks were talking to each other. And after a while, it was just like, this is annoying. This isn't even funny. And it's like every universe, they had to push it to that limit. And I don't know why. Because of all of that, it also affected the runtime. The runtime was like 2 hours and 20 minutes. Probably, to be fair, 40 minutes longer than it needed to be. There was a lot I feel like they could have shaved out of this movie, but because it's an indie A24 film, they were like, no, it's all got to be in there. And it didn't all have to be in there. I don't know. Again, I didn't hate this movie, but I definitely didn't love this movie. I don't think this movie's for the average moviegoer. I don't think this movie is for the average person. I think you really have to like film, and you really have to be willing to sit through a lot of weird nonsense to enjoy this movie. So all the critics, they're out there going, oh, this is the movie of the year. I've seen so many critics talking about this as like just ridiculously the best movie ever. First of all, it's April, calm down. And second of all, it's not the movie of the year. For sure, there have been 5 movies at least this year so far that are better than this movie. Go rewatch The Batman. My point is, I don't know why critics run with it, but they do. And then when they run with it, smaller critics like myself go see it, and a lot of them just, oh yeah, this thing's great. Yeah, it's let me mirror his thoughts because I want to be like him. I don't want to be like anybody else. And so I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't think this movie's for the average moviegoer. I think you really have to love film, and I think you really have to just enjoy a weird plot. That said, because of all those issues, it'll probably win an Oscar. And guys, that's my movie review. If you enjoyed this movie review, hit the like button. If you want to share this movie review with your friends, make sure to do that by hitting the share button. If you have seen everything, everywhere, all at once, well, make sure you put your thoughts and your opinions in the comment section down below because I love talking to you guys about it. And finally, if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you do that because I got a lot of content coming your way. Seeing The Northman later this week. I can't wait for that movie. And I'm seeing The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. And I have a Blu-ray update coming soon. Sold some movies yesterday, so have some new movies to bring in. I'm excited to talk to you guys about it all. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. You know, I stayed seated here for the after credit scene. I've got to talk to you guys about this. Okay, so yesterday I get to the theater and I order my popcorn, and the girl hands me a tub of popcorn with, like, no joke, 100 unpopped kernel seeds at the top of my bowl of popcorn. And I'm thinking, like, as soon as I dig my hand in there, I'm gonna throw popcorn in my mouth and break my teeth. So I was just like, hey, could I get some fresh popcorn? Because, like, clearly this is scraped from the bottom. So I didn't say that. I was just like, hey, I was really nice. I said, hey, could I get a fresh popcorn? This has a lot of kernels at the top. So she dumps the popcorn back in the machine and then pours out from the brand new that's popping. And she goes, no offense, but there's going to be kernels at the top of every bowl of popcorn. And I said, none taken, thank you. And I grabbed it and I looked, and there was none at the top. Because that's not how it works. I don't know if she was new. I know the theaters are going through a lot right now. But it's so annoying. Like, just do your job. You know, I'm not a snob, and I was super nice about it. But do your job. Just do your job. It's that simple. Just do your job right the first time. Won't have these problems. This is why I like going during the week the most now. Like, I can't stand... Like, I'll go on Saturday nights because it's the only time I can go with my wife. But, like, outside of the fact that I get to go with my wife, I don't like going Saturday nights to movies anymore. It's just the crowds suck. We had a bunch of talkers in the movie too. That was another issue. And the workers are just like high strung because they've got triple the crowd that they normally get, or maybe quadruple the crowd that they normally get. But you go like on a Thursday afternoon, there's nobody in there. You get your popcorn, everything's cool, it's quiet, you sit down, there's like 4 other people in the theater. That's my speed. Okay, that's the after credits. It was a longer one, but it had to be said.